I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
You meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics.
Y'all, the streets are talking and they're saying that the hip hop world is about to be turned upside down. We're not just talking about one person here. We're talking about some of the biggest names in the game. Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and their longtime connection to Diddy.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
Now, we all know Diddy's been in some hot water lately. His arrest has shaken Hollywood harder than a 7.0 earthquake. But what if it's not just about Diddy? What if there are deeper, darker secrets involving Jay-Z and Queen Bey herself? And who's pulling back the curtain on all this drama? None other than Ice Cube. That's right, the man who's been in the game longer than some of y'all have been alive is spilling the tea, and it's scalding. Let's break it down. Ice Cube has always been that guy who stayed out of the mess. He's been watching from the sidelines, seeing things that would make your jaw drop. And now, with Diddy's empire crumbling, Cube's stepping up to share what he's known all along.
I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all gotta deal with.
Now, Diddy's arrest isn't just about one man's downfall. It's like the first domino in a long line, and when it falls, who knows what else might come tumbling down with it. We're talking about a system that's been in place for years, where money and power let people get away with almost anything.
Clients describe MDC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
But here's where it gets juicy. Jay-Z and Beyoncé have been in Diddy's inner circle for years. They've been seen together at all the fancy parties, all smiles and champagne. But now people are starting to wonder, have they been helping to cover up Diddy's dirty secrets all this time? Ice Cube's not holding back. He's calling out not just Diddy, but Jay-Z and Beyoncé too. And let me tell you, when Ice Cube talks, people listen. He's not some newbie throwing around wild accusations. He's a veteran who's seen it all. Now let's rewind the clock a bit and look at Jay-Z and Diddy's history. These two go way back, like flip phones and baggy jeans. They've been friends and business partners for years. But now, people are starting to see their relationship in a whole new light.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Remember Jay-Z's rivalry with 50 Cent back in the day? It was hotter than a summer in Atlanta. But something interesting happened when they collaborated on that I Get Money remix. Word on the street is that 50 uncovered some dirt on both Jay-Z and Diddy during that time, and it made him take a big step back.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
Now, let's talk about Jay-Z's rise to the top. People have been whispering for years that there's more to his success than just talent and business smarts. We're talking about some seriously shady stuff, especially when it comes to his relationships with women. Remember Foxy Brown? When Jay-Z started working with her, she was young, like really young. There were rumors flying around that their relationship wasn't just professional, if you know what I mean. Some reports even suggest that Jay-Z paid her off to keep quiet about their affair. And who spilled this tea? None other than Jay-Z's former bestie, Dame Dash. Dame and Jay built Rockefeller Records together, but things went sour between them. According to Dame, one of the reasons for their split was Jay-Z's questionable behavior with women.
Celebrity couple, we were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
That's beautiful.
Like real people.
Yeah.
Dame didn't stop there. He also called out Jay-Z for refusing to cut ties with R. Kelly after all those allegations came out. Instead of distancing himself, Jay doubled down and collaborated with Kelly on the Best of Both Worlds album. Dame was not having it, especially since he was dating Aaliyah at the time and had seen firsthand what Kelly was capable of.
By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah
Yeah.
and Beyonce's solo career was struggling?
Now let's talk about Beyonce. We all know the story. Jay-Z met her when she was just 16, but waited until she was 18 to pursue her romantically. At least that's the official version. But Beyonce's former bodyguard and uncle, Ron, has a different story to tell. According to Uncle Ron, Jay-Z didn't just wait for Beyonce to come of age. He allegedly introduced her to certain substances to make her more pliable and easier to control. Sound familiar? It's eerily similar to what Cassie has said about Diddy, but it doesn't stop there. Uncle Ron also claims that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have used some pretty dirty tactics to stay on top. Remember Carrie Hilson? Her career seemed to stall after she made a comment about Beyoncé. According to Uncle Ron, Beyoncé used her power to blacklist Carrie from the industry. Talk about holding a grudge.
This is what I look for. When I see a success, I'm looking for anything
to say that they didn't do it on their own?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Kathy White. You might not recognize the name, but her story is wild. Kathy was reportedly involved with Jay-Z in the early 2000s, and rumor has it she got pregnant with his child. Can you imagine the scandal? Jay-Z married to Beyoncé with a baby on the way from another woman?
But what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time.
But here's where it gets dark. Kathy suddenly passed away, officially from a brain aneurysm. But some people think there's more to the story. There are rumors that Kathy had threatened to expose her relationship with Jay-Z unless he paid her to keep quiet. And then, just days after Beyoncé announced her first pregnancy, Kathy was gone.
You can be in love with someone. You can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
Now, I'm not saying anything definitive here, but the timing is suspicious to say the least. Some even claim that an unnamed NYPD detective confirmed that Kathy's passing wasn't as straightforward as it seemed, but of course, nothing ever came of it. Funny how these things have a way of disappearing when powerful people are involved, right? But wait, there's more. Jaguar Wright, a singer who worked with Jay-Z back in the day, has been spilling some major tea. She's gone on record saying that Jay-Z's rise to fame wasn't just about talent, it involved some seriously dark stuff.
We kept it on the low because I was young. You didn't know that, Sean.
One of the most shocking claims Jaguar's made involves the unsolved passing of rapper Big L. According to her, Jay-Z might have been connected to Big L's tragedy, suggesting that Jay had ties to people who were willing to take out anyone who stood in his way. Now, whether this is true or not is up for debate, but it's a serious allegation.
And somewhat, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full. Now,
Jaguar didn't stop there. She's also claimed that Jay-Z was a regular at Diddy's infamous Fr3ak0ff parties. You know, the ones that are now under investigation for some seriously sketchy stuff. According to Jaguar, these parties weren't just for fun. They were used to blackmail celebrities and ensure their loyalty to Hollywood's elite inner circle. Now, let's talk about 50 Cent. You know he loves to stir the pot, and he's been vocal about his suspicions regarding Jay-Z's involvement in some of these scandals.
Actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
50's working on a documentary aimed at exposing the truth about Diddy and the people who've enabled him over the years. And while it's focused on Diddy, 50's hinted that Jay's name might come up too. In fact, 50 posted a meme of Jay-Z on a milk carton, suggesting that Jay's been dodging questions about his connection to Diddy.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over?
Now, here's something interesting. There's been a lot of talk lately about Jay-Z's identity, both in terms of his influence and his personal life. Some people are speculating that Jay might be hiding parts of himself from the public. He's been known to reference the late artist Jean-Michel Basquiat in his work, and some fans think there might be more to this admiration than just artistic inspiration.
If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
right.
And it's not just Jay-Z facing these rumors. Diddy's had his fair share of speculation too, especially after he praised Lil Nas X's bold BET Awards performance back in 2021. People started questioning whether Diddy was hinting at something about his own personal life.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
So, what does all this mean? Well, besties, It looks like the entertainment industry has a serious problem with transparency and accountability. These powerful figures have built their careers on the backs of others, and as more people come forward with their stories, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. Diddy's recent arrest might just be the tip of the iceberg. And if Ice Cube, Jaguar Wright, and 50 Cent have anything to say about it, Jay-Z could be next in line to face the consequences of his actions. So, what do y'all think? Could Jay-Z and Beyoncé really have been covering for Diddy all this time? And if so, what else might they be hiding? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss these wild claims. This is Sophie Scoop signing off. Stay fabulous, my loves, and remember, in Hollywood, the truth is often stranger than fiction.